Trung Tang, The Vengeful Return of the Dead. Part 1, English Adaptation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's episode of Vietnamese Horror Stories on YouTube. In this program, we'll journey together into the eerie mist of a rural legend titled The Vengeful Spirit of Trung Tang. This story will unfold across 7 chapters. So remember to support the channel by liking, sharing, and leaving a comment. Now let us begin. The story begins. Mrs. Hone was the secret half-sister of my grandmother. Her real name was Tran. Both of them married into the same family in the year 1962. Mrs. Hone became the wife of Mr. Hone, my grandfather's younger brother, just a few months after my grandparents' wedding. That same year, both brothers received their military draft orders. Mr. Hone left for the army only days after his wedding, leaving behind his new bride, childless and alone. Meanwhile, my grandmother was already carrying my father in her womb. Great-grandmother worried endlessly, afraid that Mr. Hone would never return and that the family line might one day end with him. 10 years later, in 1972, Mr. Hone returned from the war with one arm maimed. Surviving the battlefield was already a miracle. Thousands of his comrades had fallen in the 1968 Tet Offensive and beyond. His return was nothing short of a gift from heaven. Even greater joy came 3 years later, in 1975, when my grandfather also made it home alive. Soon after, my grandmother conceived again. But strangely, Mrs. Hone still showed no sign of pregnancy. In those days, arranged marriages were no longer as strict as they had been under the old feudal customs. But a wedding still needed the consent of both families. Love matches were rare, and marriages chosen by parents were common. The union between Mr. and Mrs. Hone was one such case. Great-grandmother, fearing her younger son might die in battle without leaving an heir, had arranged his marriage before he even went off to war. Perhaps because their marriage lacked love, the couple lived together for months without ever sharing the same bed. How, then, could she ever bear a child? Understanding the situation, great-grandmother urged and persuaded them night and day to be closer, to truly become husband and wife. And as the saying goes, fire near straw will one day spark. Eventually, her efforts were rewarded. In the spring of 1976, Mrs. Hone gave birth to a healthy baby boy, their first child. Great-grandmother named him Dong, meaning bronze or iron, hoping he would grow strong and steadfast, enduring the tempests of life like metal forged in fire. She adored little Dong more than words could say, so much that my grandmother often complained. Mother loves that child more than her own grandson. In the years that followed, Mrs. Hone became pregnant several more times, but only daughters were born. Counting the miscarriages, she bore 4 children in total, 1 son, 3 daughters. Great-grandmother passed